Runnineers? It's Manny again. And what did you think about the new intro? I think it's a welcome addition. It's a change. I look at it as something that is a work in progress, so it will change. I want to thank a friend of the channel, friend of mine, Magical Michelle. I sat down with her yesterday just to talk about different things about the documentary. She is a much better editor than I am. So she suggested a whole bunch of stuff. And thanks to her, this channel will continue to grow. So thank you very much, Magical Michelle. So now maybe we can all comment down below and maybe we can get her out to do one of the Run Disney events with us, and that way you guys can get to know her. Before we get started, because we have a little bit of news and then we have some topics that we're gonna go over, I just wanted to say, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up. Most importantly, comment down below. Did you like that new intro? Did you think it's not as good? I need to add more. I need to take away stuff. Please comment down below and let's get to this. So first off, I thought the merchandise, the one that we are going to be able to purchase, we're going to come closer to the race, but some of it dropped the last couple of days. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So first off, what I wanted to add is this is the kind of merchandise, because this is actually one of the magic key holder pieces of merchandise that I got from last year. So this is not going to be all inclusive. There's going to be a lot more to it. Another thing is, I've always said this before. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. When you get to the expo and you actually see it, it may be a little bit different. So there has been things that I've seen online and said, I need to get that. And I get to the expo and I said, it doesn't look as good. And then there's been things that I said, they're going like, man, that doesn't look too good. Then I get to the expo and I said, not bad. So it just depends. So there's going to have a lot of different things. They're going to have bags. They should have a lot of pins. So we were able to pre-purchase a lot of those. Different shirts, different Spirit jerseys. There's going to be a lot of different things, maybe even cups, glasses, and there's going to be some Magic Key stuff. So just be on the lookout. There may be another drop. I don't know if there will be or not. This one kind of came a little early. But if not, if you want to really, really see it, remember, I have the Club Run Disney. So I'm going to get there a little bit early. So I'm going to try to drop that video as soon as I get out. I'm going to try to edit it as quickly as I can. So that way, if you're coming later that day, which is September 4th, I believe, off the top of my head, or you're going to get there a day or two later, you can actually see all the merchandise they're going to have. Now, it's not a huge expo. It's a lot smaller than Disney World. So everything is going to be there. And they usually have stuff that lasts a few days. A lot of people get worried about resellers. I just saw a video about that. I wouldn't worry about that, at least right now. But if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. Now, I don't give a lot of love to the virtual runs, but I do think that they have a place, and I'll go over that after I go over what I'm about to talk about, because they did drop the theming for the 12 Ks of Christmas. I thought the theming was excellent. It's Muppet themed, and we're gonna go over the page ourselves, so let's take a look. So we're gonna go over the latest of the virtual runs. And so we're gonna start off at the rundisney.com page. On the left-hand side, it's gonna say events. Gonna click down, go to virtual. Virtual, click on that. So you see the three that are there for now. Run Disney Virtual Love on the Run, 14 miler, I believe, yes. And that's already passed. The Run Disney Virtual Runs, which is still going on. You have until August 31st. But then we have the new ones, the Run Disney Virtual 12 Ks of Christmas. So let's go over that one. So we click on this one. At the very top, we see the Muppets. And this is the part that I love. 70 years of Muppets, 109 days, 5 hours, 16 minutes, and the countdown of the seconds. All right, so let's go over here. And we're going to basically go over this whole thing. Run Disney Virtual 12 Ks of Christmas. Bring your friends and family together with the most sensational, inspirational celebration, Muppetational holiday event. Make some of the merry mayhem this December during the Run Disney Virtual, and of course it's trademarked, Virtual 12 Ks of Christmas, honoring the Muppets' 70th anniversary celebration. It's glorious finale, you know. That's the really cool pun on this one. The Glorious 12K event features 3 4K races hosted by your favorite Muppet characters. Since it's virtual, you can sprint like an animal or strut like Miss Piggy whenever or wherever you want. So this answers where you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. And not only will you have access to customizable digital tools that the theme race bibs and finisher certificates, but you'll also earn limited time edition Muppet 70th anniversary medals, 3 4Ks, and 1 challenge medal. So that's 4 that double as ornaments. Those are actually really cool, and as exclusive to this event. Join this year's virtual run, bursting with more cheer, more fun, and right amount of Waka Waka. Okay, so the reference to Fozzie Bear there. So we have this. Once I'll go over this kind of quickly. So this is the 12Ks of Christmas. So there you have on the left-hand side, or I'm looking at on the left-hand side, you have the Muppets there. On the right-hand side, talks about joining the Muppets, including Kermit, Gonzo, Piggy, and more. Completion time frame December 1st to December 31st. This could be a great a tool for training if you're doing the marathon weekend, or you're doing the Princess weekend, you're doing Disneyland half marathon weekend. So that's a good one. So general registration opens up August 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So if you notice, there's no Club Run Disney, early registration. $267. Price includes a 6.6% platinum entry fee. Registration opens soon, obviously. So we'll take a look at these right here. So the first one looks like it's Gonzo and the chicken. I don't know what the name of the chicken is, but again, you can have fun with it. So you're going to get a few things: 4 commemorative finishers, shoe ornaments that double as medals. So you can kind of more or less get an idea of what it looks like. You can have see last year's, but they'll come out sooner than later. Brooks running shoe beanie, holiday corksicle mug, and box of Twinings holiday tea. Yeah, you get a few things, when they mail them to you. And again, it takes them a while to mail it to you, so just be patient. And so we'll go one by one. Miss Piggy and Foo-Foo 4K. The race fit for divas. Get ready to jog, strut, or dramatically demand to be carried through 2.49 miles of magical mayhem. So 4K is 2.49 miles. 2.5, let's just say it. Second one is Gonzo and his chicken. So cape optional because he's super Gonzo. Launch yourself into 2.49 miles of holiday fueled nonsense, performed whether and however you see fit. And the last one is Kermit with his nephew. Ho ho holiday runners, bring the festive spirit and maybe the banjo, because he does play the banjo, for 2.49 miles of wild fun, one joyful hop at a time. All right, let's see. Then it's got our celebrated charity, Toys for Tots, and of course that kind of goes with the holiday season, so you can see that right there. It's a 76-year-old national charitable program run by the United States Marine Corps. They're often at the NFL games and stuff. So, all right, let's look at the racing policies. Let's see if there's anything here. So it's just going to give you, and I'm going to start at the top. Virtual event policies. Please familiarize yourself with the race policies for Run Disney Virtual 12Ks of Christmas before you hit the road. So registration, entry fees for the entry fees for the Run Disney Virtual 12Ks of Christmas are non-refundable and include a separate processing fee. Disney reserves the right to revoke any registration for any race, any reason to sole discretion with refund of any applicable registration fees being the sole remedy of any such refusal and or revocation. Not sure. Again, they're trying to revoke, but I'm sitting there going like, it's a virtual run, so I guess you're going to have to try this. All races are non-transferable between individuals, between events, weekends, and two events that have reached capacity sold out. I guess in other words, to me this is just a very simple one because they are virtual. if you run it or you decide you don't want to do it, have somebody do it, and you can give them your child whatever you want to do. So, and I believe I don't think there's going to be a limit since you're an age limit, I should say, since you're going to be doing this virtual. Medals, please note the event is open to residents of the United States and U.S. territories only. Medals may only be shipped to addresses within these regions. Sorry for the international people. Register Run Disney Virtual 12Ks of Christmas participants will receive their commemorative medal in the mail at a physical address they submit during the event registration process. Medals will be shipped at the conclusion of the event completion time frame, so it probably means you might not get them until after Christmas. I really would love to see them, and I hope to God that they send them before that, and the reason is because they double as ornaments after Christmas. You're not going to use them till next year. Please note that your medals cannot be shipped to a P.O. box or an APO box, and after 3 attempts to deliver your medals to the address provided, no additional attempts will be made. All attempts to deliver medals for this event will conclude at the end of the calendar year. So it's supposed to be after. This one's kind of like, that's what makes me think, and I think you're going to get them earlier. So now we get to the eligibility. All members of the family are encouraged to participate as long as each member is eligible for the participating race event as follows. Participants for the Run Disney Virtual 12Ks of Christmas Challenge must be 5 years of age or older on race day and must be able to complete each 4K on their own. Virtual race times. Participants track their own times and completion is based on the honor system. Once you complete your run, visit the finisher website to submit your finishing time and download your certificate. We actually have some sponsors there, including Twinnings, which is a tea place. So, all right. So I am going to go back again, and I'm going to give my thoughts, and also I'm going to add some things that you could do to make a virtual run a little bit more fun. So what do you guys think? I actually thought to myself, I want to do something that gives you the pros and cons about doing the virtual runs. So because there is a price to it, and let's just go over it. We're going to start off with the pros. So number one, the pro is this particular theming, because it depends on race to race, but this particular theming is really, really cool. And if you remember when we were reading everything, it stated that these medals can kind of double as ornaments, Christmas ornaments, and it looks like you're going to get them in time for before Christmas so you can put them up. So the theming is something that I think is a huge pro, especially in this case. Number two, you can do them whenever, wherever. It doesn't matter where you are, you can do these runs. That is another pro. You can actually go to Disney World themselves and then do that 2.5 mile run. Let's just say 2.5 mile run, and you will get your medal. You just gotta input that you finished it, so that way you get your finisher certificate. And to piggyback on that, you don't have to worry about any kind of balloon ladies, any sweepers. Now, of course, I love the balloon ladies. That's something to me I don't ever worry about, but you don't have to worry about anybody ever sweeping you. And the third thing that you can do is you can be creative as possible. There is going to be no restrictions. So for example, when you do a live Disney run, there's going to be restrictions when it comes to costumes. Comes to what you could do on the course or not. Now, when you do the virtual runs, there is no restrictions, so you can be as creative as possible. You can have a big old gown. You can set up, character stops. You can do whatever the heck you want to in your neighborhood. Get your, you got to be creative. And I've seen some very, very creative people. You can get your family, friends, the whole neighborhood involved. You can get a whole bunch of you guys to do it. You can have water stations. You can do a lot of different things. I've seen some really, really creative things, but that's the third pro that you can do by doing a virtual run. So now I'm gonna get to the cons. And the main con is that you're not doing it at Disney. So there's not gonna be the crowds, there's not gonna be the actual characters, there's not gonna be the actual theming, so you're not gonna be able to run through the parks, you're not gonna be able to see that, you're not gonna have this elaborate finish line. But again, there's ways around it, and a lot of you guys are a lot more creative than I am, and I've seen some really creative runs that people have posted. So to me, it's like one of those things. If you want to do it, it's worth the price of admission for you guys, because you cannot do it at Disney World. It's just a little bit too expensive because you got the added price of the hotels and the flights and the driving and whatever it is, and this is just better for you guys, then go ahead and do it. But those are the pros and the cons of a virtual run. So before we go, I wanted to give a quick update on my goal setting. I have actually lost the 15 pounds that I was wanting to lose before the Halloween half marathon weekend. Now I'm looking at possibly getting there with a 20-pound weight loss. Hopefully I can get there. And one of my next goals that I'm going to piggyback is a wine and dine. Hopefully I can get another 15 pounds roughly down by wine and dine time. So I'm down to about 180 pounds. I started this journey at 210. I'm at about 193 right now. And I think by Halloween, I should be able to get down to 190, and possibly for wine and dine, I'm going to be able to get down to 180. So it brings me to my next goal, which is at wine and dine. I wanted to do the half marathon. I was going to really attempt to do it in under 2.5 hours. I have not even trained for this, and I'm in the process of training it. I just had a run this morning that was pretty successful. It's getting me closer and closer to that goal. Am I going to get there? Stay tuned, watch to see if I can get there. But there's another intangible that comes into place, and that is injuries. If you're following my channel and you see the runs, I actually have a foot, my right foot has bothered me on and off throughout the years, and right now it's kind of giving me a little bit more trouble. Today I was lucky and I didn't feel it as much. It was good, so I was able to run a little bit harder. So I just don't know. A lot of times I feel great, I feel magical, I feel awesome, and then other times I don't. And so I could train and I can get there, and then the day of it affects me, so I'm gonna have to slow down. So we'll see. But as of now, I'm still trying to get to that goal. So another thing I wanted to do is let's work on your guys' goals. A lot of people have reached out to me. I had a friend of mine, and I thought about this, and I thought this would be a good way to end this video. Had a friend of mine, Run Disney friend of mine, reach out to me earlier this week, and they were talking about how they're looking up to these people that they don't even know. And it made me think to myself, you know, we need to change our mindset and become our own hero. We have all these really, really cool themings. We have heroes that we are gonna run with, but you have to be your own hero. People are so busy waiting for Wonder Woman or Superman to come and save them when you have the power to do it yourself. I have heard your stories either on the phone, via email, via messenger, live at the runs, during the runs, wherever it has been. But I've heard your stories, and you guys are amazing. You guys are heroes themselves. You guys have to start thinking yourself as a hero. Be your own hero. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this documentary, this little documentary that's going to be, the piggyback is going to be the perfect season, if you want to call it that. But again, you don't have to be running a perfect season. You just have to have a story and reach out to me, and we will include you in this documentary. But what I want to do is bring out the heroes in every single one of you, so that you guys can start having the faith that I know that that I have in you guys. Because again, I've talked to you guys, I've seen you guys, I've seen your guys training and so forth and so on, and I know that you guys can do it. And this time for sure, lastly, if you want to be part of the documentary, especially if you're going to be doing the Halloween or the Wine and Dine, reach out to me as soon as possible. We're already starting to film, so we're gonna get that going. Just reach out to me. Don't comment on that down below. Reach out to me on social media, either Instagram or on Facebook, Messenger. Just message me and I will send you the information. Once we get that going, we have a place for you to put it. And I have Magical Michelle who's helping me out, and we're gonna put together this really awesome documentary. Remember, this is not having to do with Run Disney. I do not work for Run Disney. I do not work for Disney. None of us do. This is for us. This is for fun, to show that what we can do, to show that there is heroes, there is real heroes out there. And that's what we want to do. So thank you guys for putting up with me. And without further ado, create a magical day, create a magical run. And guys, we'll see you sooner than later.